Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of our book review. Sorry, I'm working. Yes, I am a bit late, so I'm in a hurry. It's a picnic today, and we're going to have a review of the book on Love by Toni. So, yeah, let me take you there first.
Yes, because I believe one of my poems I wrote was like we are self-determined agents. Whatever decision we make, it's not even though we are influenced, but I think you are at the end stage to decide if you want to be influenced or not. So the second one she talks about was love more than just potentials. I think that's what we kind of make mistakes mostly. Because I was reading this and it was just she was speaking to me. On kind of look at the person. Okay, you love the person, but you're kind of in love with more of what the person will be in the future.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it has potential. I know that by the next 5 years, he's going to have car, he's going to have money, he's going to do this and do that. I think we often even
We
one time
all
we don't
all
even plan,
the
we
time.
see ourselves in that kind of. Me, I do that a lot.
Me too.
Even if the person is
love with
yes, what the
now.
person is
now.
because most time we kind of okay. She was not asking a question that if what you imagined, what you thought about doesn't come to pass, what will happen then? It doesn't work like that. You have to love him because this is who he is. So that in case he doesn't become what you imagine him to be, you won't be hurt that okay, I was picturing that this man is going to make money or be this, or probably by then as like me and my mother I say maybe when I grow up I'll be slim. I don't look like someone that wants to be slim anyway. But you understand, if a man is like, okay, maybe if people start suffering, she becomes slim. So let me just love her now that she's fat. Then when she grows, she becomes slim. That won't work. Yeah, she has the potential. And then she's talking about we have to get, but this is Nigerian culture. Like a woman is supposed to suffer with a man, the husband is beating you. You have to say that there will be a time where you will not say, this man have suffered beating me. Let me just love her. That's true. Like once a man have beaten you, all at yes, kind of happiness.
But we
yes,
change.
they call it struggle love. You have to suffer. You have to go through this and that. Now there's something that Nigerian people are trying. I don't know if it's Nigerian culture or something. When ladies say they want ready-made man, I'm not against it.
Me too. I used to even say.
If you say they say no, I said you don't tell me that I mean I've suffered in my father's house. I should not be like marrying. I'm not saying it's wrong to marry anybody that is not poor, but I feel like if a woman tells you that, and one thing I don't like is when probably you don't want to work, and then you're not saying you want a man that is work. I don't like that. But if I'm making my own personal effort, you can't tell me that I should marry any man. Then when his man grows up, he become rich. Me, I like men who are already made. Me, I'm already made. So kind of yes. I'm not saying I'm made, but I'm still making. But like this struggle love idea of a thing, it happens. You see somebody that is beaten to pop, like she's beat, and then you say no, that he will change. For now, he's trying to find his own self. He does not really know, or something like that. Struggle love is not a good thing. And Nigerian people should rid themselves of that mentality, which is not good. And then the fourth one said feelings are individuals. And the feelings are individuals, she gave a scenario of where a guy, one of her ex-lover, sent her a message like, how are you doing? Most of us are used to just covering the blanket of I'm fine. And like she talks about, some people just feel like you don't want to ask because you are scared of what the person will say, and then you probably cannot provide solution. You don't want to ask another. And what I feel different from what my guy feel, or whoever I'm with, or my mom or my sister or my business, any relationship. So you don't just conclude that because this, like you're talking about love language, this is how I'm supposed to feel. Then the other one said, okay, then just pay attention to your gut, and then controlling your ego is an important part of the relationship. I want to make these two topics together. Your gut is your intuition, your hunch, and yes, it works for everybody. Just that most of us do not want to hear that voice. Yes, and like you said, it's something that starts subconsciously. What you see, the red and green flags, but you kind of know, like paid attention to everything like that. And it happens most times, like somebody's cheating, you kind of don't want to believe, but your intuition is giving you signs. But she kind of said something that I like. She said you have to check it. Most times it comes, based on your emotions and everything at that moment. Like you can say this person is cheating on me, this person is cheating because he's not picking your call. She said you kind of have to check it, look for scenarios that kind of relate to what your intuition is telling you. So if there's more yes to what your intuition is, like okay, yes, he's not picking my call, he likes hiding his phone from me, and a lot of things that point to that direction, fine. But because maybe when you're angry and everything, you just kind of conclude that okay, my intuition is right and all that, and then your ego And then the last one, I like saying this: you're responsible for your happiness. Nobody's going to make you happy. Nobody's your other half. They can only add and support, and it's even your choice to allow them add or support. That's just the funny thing. And then the last one.
How many last? You just said that was the last, girl.
No, so I said that was my favorite. The
No,
last
you said
one.
that was the
Don't
last.
forget to celebrate your partner.
Yeah.
Don't do that. We don't.
This one is for you.
No, no, no. Don't know me. And everything.
Because his own is not words of affirmation.
Yeah,
Yes, it's quality time.
that's his own. So I know. But me, everything. That
His
five
words of
love language.
affirmation and gifts.
Me,
Yeah.
everything.
Me is all I
It
want.
means everything I like.
No.
No, serious. I like
Yeah, I
it.
like one.
No,
I
it's
like
good,
one
but
serious.
I'm
There's
likely
one
to
that-
I don't like quality
gravitate.
time.
No, I don't like quality
I don't
time.
like quality
I like
time.
quality.
I'm
I like
likely
all
to gravitate. No,
No.
it's not that they're not saying that you don't like all.
Yes, but
There are some qualities
The
That
highest.
are
that
high.
once a person shows it to you, your mind interprets
It
that
will,
the
Yes,
person
it
loves
will,
you.
it will fill your love
Financial
tank.
gift.
The person would you just interpret that the person loves you in your mind. You have, so it takes someone to know your love
it's
language to
physical
be able
touch
to
and
love you.
See, there's enough suya. I better eat. Please, I just remembered 2 parts of my own. I didn't say. She mentioned red flag, green flag.
Yes.
The green flag is important.
The green flag is also important. Let's share. Sorry, this
I
said.
don't always bear in mind on the red flag. That's what most of us do. We always want to go
Yeah.
for first.
Yes.
So I remember one part where she talked about communication. That communication is not only about knowing how to talk, but
Yeah.
it's also knowing about how to listen and
Not
also
always
knowing how
how
to
to reply.
reply. That you should know how you reply. Do you reply in love? Do you reply to correct? And you listening? Do you listen to like repair?
Or listen to get what the person is
Assimilate.
saying.
Yeah. There was one other thing I just saw it now safe. Then there was one other part where she spoke about I'm trying to remember it. Conversation. Thank you. I remember conversation. That it is also important to have the comfortable conversations so that you know where you stand with your partner. That you should not be running away from the conversation because you don't know what the end result will be, or you are afraid of how you will handle the response you get at the end of this thing. But you should still try.
I think I have to learn that.
have.
Me, I'm always scared of the right time for a conversation.
Me too. So I used to wait so that then when I'm angry, I will just ask.
And that's exactly, and it's wrong. This is not good.
One
Me,
thing
when
that
we're
really
angry-
struck me with this conversation thing is that we have the tendency to not communicate exactly how we feel about our partner, about our situation, about life general at that moment to the person concerned. But we react based on how we feel, and then it now
It
affects
affects
the
that person.
relationship or
Yeah.
affects
I'm
that
very
person.
good at that. I can
So, me, it struck. Now, the thing is that you may not always have a partner or a friend that would respond, like that will try to dig up what is up. So if you pull away and you don't communicate,
it?
it's
Inside the
really,
bag.
it adds
Don't
a
bring it back.
strain to the relationship. It
Yeah.
affects the relationship, whether it's friendship,
Conversation
whatever
should
it
be a big
is.
topic that they should teach.
whatever it is, it affects it. Like I just remembered, okay, there was this person that left. You know, I never really talked about it to the person. I don't know how. Like I never. You know how you just take a decision without discussing,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of times it affects the relationship. Sometimes communication is important. I remember.
And at the right time.
At the right
Because
time,
you can't be right
don't
thing,
leave
but
it
not the
to
right time.
linger. Don't leave
Yes.
it to linger. I
Like
also,
if you are-
me, I'm not saying this thing that we should communicate. I'm saying that us, like me now,
Yeah.
I'm talking for myself, me now.
Mm-hmm.
If something is wrong, I feel bad about the situation, or I feel bad about something you did or said, and we have a relationship, whether it be friendship, family,
Church member.
marriage, whatever it is,
You
we
have
have
come to some-
something that we share, and you did something or you acted in some way that made me interpret whatever it is. You may mean something else, but I interpreted it as
Yeah.
something. It's important that I communicate it. It's important that I express it. The problem we have is that sometimes we don't express how we feel. Like someone can be angry about what you said, or come and hug you.
Yep.
Do you understand? And you don't know, and then these things, the effect is not immediate. The effect is long term. Just before you know,
They won't forget it.
you become strangers, and you can't trace how you became strangers. It's those small things.
Kind of
And you
look
know,
for a
she said
status or
something
something,
about
just
awkward.
I hear what I'm saying.
Status.
Oh,
She said people's status.
I'll send to you. I'll send to
That's
your
why she
WhatsApp.
said something about awkward. It may be awkward to say, but there's a better way. You have to find a better way to say that. No matter how you say it, it will still be awkward.
Yeah.
But you should just find the best way to say it. So
It might not even
sometimes,
be a
even if
best way.
someone has offended you, there's how I'll tell you you've offended me that it will offend you.
Exactly.
Yes.
So instead of you to apologize, the thing will turn to fight. Like you two, you're at this small thing. No, you know, there's how you will say that you're offended by what I did. That me, I will not even feel remorse. Instead of feeling sorry, I will not be like, I will just react again, and then it doesn't solve the matter. So you have to just, it's not that helpful, but I think everyone needs to like work on it. It's not just about the other person, it's about us too sometimes.
We'll find ease when we communicate. Like,
Yeah.
And the
What
fun
was
thing
the-
about that feeling is good to communicate at that time.
Yes.
Healing stage.
So, section 3, she's talking of the healing stage. So after dating, loving, then maybe probably heartbreak, you have to heal yourself. She said heartbreak is an essential part of love. We all fall in love thinking that we can't go through this heartbreak of a thing, but it is necessary. Yes, both the seasonal and the forever kind of love. So the first this thing section she talked about, she said, don't reflect to the point that you dwell. Allow yourself time to feel and reflect. A lot of us, after getting through heartbreak, we undergo a lot of things. Like there are 3 types of people that she talked of the
one that will act
pretenders.
like there's no pain.
They will feel numb to the extent that they will pretend that it's all okay, it's fine. The one that will be engrossed in emotions, the one that will cry, they won't even try to listen to let me say think straight,
They just
and
crowd
they
their
cry
mind with
and they cry, they will cry without getting themselves. Yeah, and they cry.
Everybody cries.
I don't cry.
Some people
Yeah,
cry.
I cry. So she talked about sometimes you miss the routine. Yes, so
I like that thing about
it's
sometimes
not
you
the
miss
man,
the routine and not
and
the
it's
person.
true. It's
That's
true.
a fact.
Maybe that person doesn't have
Because
a positive impact to you,
Someone
but
that
because
does not
you,
someone that does not even value you or does not love you the way your head interprets as love. Is it that person you love, or you love the idea of the person,
And the things you do with
or the
person.
things you do, the time you spend,
maybe the time you
calls,
spend.
So
You
that's
don't
it.
have-
Sometimes
you
it's
don't
the
have
routine.
anyone-
This book, I don't know if you worked it's my life.
It's personal. It's
I
very,
know the
very
funny thing about
personal.
the
Be aware of exes who want to stroke their ego, who want to come back.
Wallahi.
Yes, maybe they don't want to
Taiwo.
see you with someone.
I don't seriously. It was an eye opener because I knew all those things, but
Me is
when I was reading
There's
this,
some
it was
things
only
that
Taiwo
you
that
don't
was
used to
coming to my
sit
mind.
and meditate on
Because
them. Okay,
not Taiwo.
implementing boundaries during breakup.
Doesn't even
So
have
she
love.
talked of not all losses are lost.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be thinking that you spend so
been
years with that
wasted years.
person, and maybe it's a chance for you to be who you are, to ponder on what you want and stuff.
No.
Oh, I skipped some things. Here she said missing someone who wasn't good for you doesn't make you weak. Sometimes during the healing stage, we used to feel we miss that person we are together with
Nigerians should
before,
stop that. So, like, why you think that man boy? It
It's
happens.
okay, like
It's
it's
okay.
that's that. Then
I used to roll with that. I was thinking of that thing, but till few should I say few years ago. Now when an ex come back is because maybe they miss you or I know, but it's not always the case. I learned that the hard way. Not like I learned entered the house, but I figured that the person was just coming to check if I was still in Mumu.
Try to be like La Vie et Rose. Read a book
Once a month. La Vie et Rose,
Heels and Braids.